as I was saying, means there's a conversation. It already exists. It means it was meant to stop eventually, is what he says, but you don't know who it's to, and the music. He hears music, but is it really playing? Shadows, the silence of plucked strings is like shadows. There's no sound to shadows, but usually there's activity, so there is sound. Strings behind the scenes is what I meant to circle. There are things going on that we don't know. Like in the main sh in the main clips of what we see, we don't know what we don't know what those things are. And yet, for my obsessions, he introduced obsessions that in such a way that makes it certain that you have to know that they got him there. His obsessions got him to where he is. No, that was possible in type with a pen or something like that. Right in my mind. So these things are happening in his mind. So his life makes sense to him, but it's the way it must be, this twofold path. It's the way it has to be for his life to make sense. And he's in the middle of a conversation, so where's it continue? Where's it leave off? There's a lot of backstory here, just scenery details. Maybe it's reference, and I know it is. It's reference to how there's a never-ending thing. It's the feedback loop I fell in love with. Not even a second in time to waste the moment. That's what the conversation is. It takes a while till you get there, but you know, that's kind of what it means to have a vapid routine of portraying, the surface conditions for what it takes to be what's known as obsessed. And of course, since it's benign, this thing, it's the kind of thing that it's the kind of thing that uh I think too much in general can summarize. It's not what he means. He means I'm referencing something that has a mind of its own. And it's that KDL Kenneth Lee sounds like his ideas wouldn't hurt you. Nor did it sound like they would hurt you. So it seems like there's this main character who is experiencing brokenness spells in the film noir type of expedition, excursion, maybe. Because I mean, this is like it's all about these details here that make it feel like you are experiencing a real phenomenon of brokenness spells. Those are the spells somebody undergoes when they have to contend with a external world that doesn't necessarily make their life simple. It doesn't give them all the joys of being like human. the same way that somebody feels when they have a normal life, when they have just the things that they know matter, their community, they know that their family matters, they know that their loved ones feel the right emotions every time they share a conversation. And I you need not dwell, is what he says here in this conversation. But you can't go elsewhere. So there was, and somebody asked, what's that like? But sometimes in this thing, you don't know, and most of the time, really, you don't know if this is like an internal reality or if it's the kind of thing that there's a dialogue or there's a dialogue. You just kind of have to follow it to the extent that there's a lot there. There's a lot to discover. So where will it take us next?